Hi, the weather's great here in England, and today I'm going to answer some more questions from within the group and people within the group. Enjoy. Hi, the first question this week is how do I resize a video when it's added as the second video and it appears to be small? A number of people have been trying to use the fit to size, but in fact it's much more simpler than doing that. So let's remove the unnecessary bits, and I'm going to make my scene 12 seconds long, and then I can put two 6-second videos together. Okay, so I've got a 12-second scene. So let's go to videos and let's search for animals, something different. It's usually cars with me. Okay, and here we've got an elephant. Let's drop him on, and I'm going to use 6 seconds of him, and the important thing to watch is the out time. Okay, on the thing underneath I've done 6.02 seconds. That'll do fine anyway for what we're looking for. So let's say done, and there, and I notice it's not quite there at the edge, so we'll realign in there. Okay, and what I'm going to do then is I'm going to add the jaguar. Now this is where people have been getting a bit confused. I'm going to add it as a layer because I don't want to replace it. I want to have it as well as the existing video. And again, I'm going to cut this down to somewhere about like that. Done. I get a little warning about playing multiple videos together. And now, people have been going here and video resizing options and doing things like fit with transparent or fit with blur. But in fact, all you need to do is drag the handles in the corner. Okay, so now I've got two videos. If I pop to the advanced timeline, you can see I've got video 1 and video 2, and if I want them to play after each other, I simply drag the second one to start when the first one finishes. So if I play scene now, I'm going to have 6 seconds of the elephant, and then I'm going to have roughly 6 seconds. I think I said jaguar, but it looks more like a leopard which has got spots. Anyway, that's how you resize when adding a second video, and also how you use the advanced timeline to make them play one after the other. Hope you found that useful. Hi, here I'm going to recreate some lower thirds that Darren asked me to see if I could recreate. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the logo, and then I'm going to drag the running children on to here, and I'm going to cut that to 5 seconds to fit. Done. Okay, so we've got our video here and got a background. Oh, and my logo's still there. Let's delete the logo. Okay, so what Darren had was a box down here with some words and a line. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the build your scene into the large piece of text. Okay, and the large piece of text read in times like this. Times like this. Missed an S out, so let's just go and put back the S on. Now it's actually in a particular style, and I'm going to just, first of all, I'm going to stop the font resizer, and I'm going to change it to the size 123. Okay, and then I'm going to find the font. Sorry, I need to be looking in the font list, and the font is this one, the lookalike of Helvetica. So I've got in times like this, 123 and bold. So I'm going to make that a line, and I'm particularly fixing the box because I'm going to move that down here. And then there's a second line of text, so I'm going to add a new text area. So I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to add a subheading because I don't want this to be as big, and I'm going to leave that as smoothly regular, but I'm going to turn it, change its size. So I'm going to lock it so it doesn't change on the fly, and I'm going to turn that to 63. Okay, and then I'm actually going to change the text to say it's important we stay connected. Okay, and we want that on a single line, so we'll just stretch it to fit out onto a single line. I'll raise it up so that we don't have it too big, and we're going to put that there. And that's the first two sets of words, and then we're going to do is going to put a block on. Now these are roughly in the right place, but not exactly in the right place. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to shapes. Okay, and I'm going to go to solid, and I'm going to click on this to add me a block. Okay, and I'm going to want my block to be a bit bigger than in times like this, and a bit taller as well. Okay, now I know that the colour of that block is a particular, nasty noise in the background, please ignore it, a particular colour, and that colour is in fact B45F53, and I knew it was the colour because I used an eyedropper tool to find me the colour. So that's the right colour, and that's element 1. What I want to do now though is I want to make it a bit see-through, so I'm going to bring it down to there, and you can see that you can see through that. Okay, and what I'm going to do next is bring the last element in, and the last element is, if we go back to shapes, is a line. Whoop, delete that one. I wanted this one. And we're going to put a line at the bottom, but we're going to make it a lot thinner. Let's move it away from the center so I can thin it a bit more. And we're also going to go over and change the color to white. Okay, so those are my elements. What I've got to do now is put them all together. Okay, so I've got all my elements, but I've noticed that this is not the right size, because it should be approximately the same width as in times like this. So I'm going to go and check the style, and auto resizing is locked, so let's change it to 63, which is what it should have been. Okay, and now you can see it's roughly the same size. Yep. So I'm just going to move that out of the way. The first thing is that in times like this, and don't forget you can do gentle movements using your cursor keys, is there, and it should be halfway through the in times like this. It's a bit bigger than it needs to be, so I'm going to just move that there, and then I'm going to move it a little bit more so that it bisects it there, and we want that in front. So all we need to do is go to the layers and move that to be in front of element 1. Okay, and then in times like this we stay connected. Again, I want to make this a little narrower, but that should be central to the words above. So again, we go to layers, we need to drag that above element 1 and it will show through. And then the last thing is the line, and that wants to be a little bit more to the left, so it starts in line with the in. Okay, so now we've got what we want, but it's sort of flat and boring. So we're actually going to go and animate all the different elements. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to layers, and I'm going to get element 1, and I'm going to just, for the sake of making life easy, call that brown block. Okay, and at the same time I'm going to nip up to element 2, and I'm going to call that white line. Okay, it's really useful having this ability to name things, because as they get more and more and more in your layers, it gets more and more confusing. So I'll change this to say children. Okay, so we've got the elements, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to edit and check whether there's any animation on this, and there's none, and I want it to be like that. I don't want it to come in and go out or whatever. Okay, so the first thing that needs animating, if we go to our layers, is brown block. So we select brown block, we go to edit, and I'm going to put some animation on that. And what I'm going to do is have that slide in from the left. So here we are, slide from left. You get a mini example with the mountain and the sun moving, and I'm going to just leave that alone at 1 second, because I want that to be the first object that arrives. Okay, what I'm going to do then next is go to layers, and I'm going to look at in times like this. So click on in times like this, click on edit, let's go to animation. Now I've got word and zoom in here. I'm going to change that to character, and I'm going to change that from zoom in to fade from the left. Did I miss fade? No, there, fade from the left. So fade from left, there. And I'm going to extend that to 1.3 seconds. Okay, so I've animated this, I've animated the box. So next I'm going to do it, it's important we stay connected. So I'm going to go back to layers, it's important we stay connected. I'm going to edit, I'm going to go to animation, and again I'm going to go character, and I've already got fade from left, but I want to extend that to 1.3 seconds. Okay, so now I've animated those three, and the last thing to do is to animate the line. You can again white line here, or you could click on it there. So let's go to edit, let's go animation. It's got none at the moment, so we're going to change that to slide in from the left, and again I'm going to make that 1.3 seconds. So I've done my blocks, I've done my things, my words and animations, so let's play the scene. Whoa, in times like this, didn't come in the right place. So let's pop to the advanced timeline and see if we can spot why. Sorry, I was in the advanced timeline, I'm going by me. And look, there's the reason it's not set to the front. And similarly, it's important that I actually want them all to come in at the same time. So I'm correcting that issue here. So if we run it again, and you can see it's all happened, there, and they stay on the screen to the end. Hope you found that useful, and I just noticed one error here. That needs to slide to the end, and if we run it just again, well, I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll export it and show you the final version so that everything stays on at the end. The last topic for today is uploading your own music, and I'm going to show you 2 different ways of doing that. I'm going to upload a 5 minutes and 55 second file. Let's just pull this in so everybody can see it. I'm going to this disk drive. Let's just pull it down a bit. There's a lot of files on here. And I'm going to go to royalty-free music, and I'm looking for Canon in D major. Okay, if I hover over it, you can see it's 11.3 meg and it's 5 minutes and 55 seconds long. And the upload is there, flying away. Now it's optimizing. Take a little while. Now it's complete, and as you can see from the capture, it's 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Just in case he's using the My Collection upload in the music area, I'm going to upload the same file again. And it's Canon in D major. Open, and again you can see this is uploading, optimizing. So very shortly it should be available in My Collection in music. Okay, and you can see, so that's successfully uploaded in My Music as well. Well, that's all for today, folks. I hope you found that useful. Look forward to seeing you soon.